Hi, this is Hardball Retro. Welcome to the Retrodome. Today we'll be doing a quick tutorial on how to create and edit players in Tony La Russa Baseball 3. The steps that I'm going to perform here should be applicable to Tony La Russa Baseball 4 and Old Time Baseball, all published by Stormfront Studios. Tony La Russa 3 was published in 1995. I'm going to go ahead and play the intro here, and then we'll get started. As much as I enjoy rocking out to the music that comes with this game, we're going to turn the music off here. It is probably one of the best music soundtracks that comes with any baseball game that I'm familiar with. So let's get started here. So you've got your menu options here. We'll just go across the top briefly. This one introduced the GM Challenge. You've got Fantasy Draft, which I cover in a different video or series of videos, which I did with Old Time Baseball, but basically it's the same thing. So I'm not going to create a new universe here. We're going to load an existing one. Let's see what our options are. Okay, got a number of different universes here. I don't know. Let's pick 1980 MLB. Sure. You can also, if you have the CD-ROM, there was a release of historical seasons. Let's see, there was one called Modern Baseball, which was 1920 to 1981, and then there was an early baseball disc, which basically you can get the same players from the Old Time Baseball CD, and then import them into La Russa 3 here. So there's many options to get seasons in, but we don't have anything post 96, and actually from 1991 forward, off of the Old Time Baseball or that other historical season CD-ROM. I believe there were a number of fan-created seasons. I haven't been able to locate them out on the internet now, so if you wanted to create like a current season, you'd have to do it from scratch. What did we say? We're doing 1980 here, so load. Alright, and then we're going into utilities, edit player stats. Alright, so there's a couple things we can look at here. So as I believe I imported this from the Old Time Baseball CD, what you're going to find here is anybody that was still playing at the time that CD was released, which would have been 1995, or somewhere thereabouts. Perhaps they couldn't get the license for certain players, so they just list them as pitcher. If you click into them, we'll hit yes to that. Now if you click into this guy, he's got 26 innings, 20 earned runs, and a 6.92 ERA. Alright, so what we need to do, you won't see this, I'm doing this in the background, but I'm going over to Baseball Reference, and I'm typing in 1980 Red Sox. Alright, so now I'm on the Red Sox page, and I'm looking for a guy with a 6.92 ERA and 26 innings. And I found that pitcher. It's Bob Ojeda, and he was still pitching, I believe, in 1995 time frame, at the tail end of his career. So what we would do here is we would just plug in, delete out pitcher, type in Ojeda, type in Bob, and the rest of his numbers should be correct. So we'll just hit done there. And let's do one more of these just to, oh, there's a couple on this team here. Let's see who else we have. Probably Bruce Hurst is one of them. 9.10 ERA, 30 and 2/3 innings. And that is Bruce Hurst. Okay. And I didn't look ahead of time, so I don't know who these guys are, but I'm just to show that there is a way to do this. Okay, we'll hit done on that. Alright, so these are existing players. I will show you how to add a new player in a moment here. And who's this guy? 197 and 2/3 innings with a 4.28. So he's got to be up top here. Dennis Eckersley. Okay. So as I said, these are all pitchers or players that were still major leaguers at the time that the seasons were released, and therefore they didn't have the license to include them in the game or include them on those discs. Done. Alright, so you'd have to go through each roster, find those batters and pitchers. That was if you imported. Alright, the rest of these guys are listed here. So, what if, it looks like most of these guys are, let me just look at here. So like Luis Aponte had 7 innings. Do we have him? Was he listed here? Probably looks like they had almost everybody. They don't have him. Alright, so, and do we have room on our roster is the other question. Let's go to player roster for Boston. And the batters is full. Maybe that's why he's not here. And that is why he's not here. Okay. So we'd have to find a team that's missing a player. And maybe we don't have that. Add players to teams. Okay, I see what we're doing here. Alright, so here's some more, like here's a catcher with 24 homers. But if we went through the rosters, we would be able to figure out who he was. Or you might just recognize these numbers off the top of your head and, oh, I know who that guy is, and then you go ahead and do that. So let's just create a new player here, though. Let's go back to, let's do this. League. Let's load in a different universe. I prefer not to mess with that one. Okay, we'll do 1973. Okay, so looks like we've got pretty full rosters here as well. Oh, before I forget, let me show you here. Import stats, right? So, even though Old Time Baseball and Russa 3 came out the same at the same time, pretty much, I forgot to mention that I'm running Tony La Russa Baseball 3, and it's called the 1996 edition. Basically, I think that just included some bug fixes. I don't recall if this option was available in the original Tony La Russa 3 or not, but basically I can import from old time. I can import from Tony La Russa 2, I believe, here, and I can do Stats Inc., which if anybody knows the file format for that, please reach out to me, because that would be we could probably create a script to generate that type of a file from for this text file. Let me click on the help here for a second. But anyway, there's other ways to import stats so that you don't have to type them in, right? So you can import single teams, Tony La Russa 2, Stats Inc. Tells you how to download from Stats Online, which is no longer a thing. Yeah, this session.log is what I'd be looking for the formatting. Yeah, this other thing it says about the text file, I'm not quite sure how we do that. Export team. I guess if we export a team to a text file, we could probably look at the format and then figure that out. So that might be a project that I'm going to look into, because that would be a nice way to import current teams rather than typing them in. But we said that we'd show you how to type in a player. Let's do that. So let's do this. Hang on. We're going to go doesn't really matter. Let's just pick one of these. Okay. So let's do create a team. Because obviously you can edit an existing player. That's one way to do it, right? So if I were to create a team, I could add players from this list. I could do a new source. I could go to the pitching staff. Oh, there's Luis Aponte. Interesting. Oh, because I picked a different season. Okay, so we have Joaquin Andujar twice. So it depends on your source, right? So they may have done split stats for two different teams, or they may have the same stats. So you may want to edit like one of these Doug Bears here for 1981. That's maybe something we could do here. Edit player stats. So, for example, I'm on the Angels 81 roster. It looks like I've got everybody. I mean, if they have Bob Davis there with 0 batting average. But let's just see. Sorry, I'm doing Baseball Reference in the background here. Yeah, Bob Davis, 2 at-bats, no hits. And then for pitchers, Freddie Martinez has 6 innings, 2 games. Do we have Freddie Martinez here on the pitching staff? Alfredo Martinez, we do have him. All right. Well, let's click in. There's Mickey Mailer. All right. Well, that's just for the purposes of what we're doing here. We're going to edit this. All right. We have Mickey Mailer. Let's just say we're going to add. That was maybe a bad example because they've got 16 people here. Let's do 1981 Yankees. They probably have more than 16. Nope, they have 16 exactly, of course. Of course they do. Oh, they have 23 batters, though, so let's look at that. There we go. All right, let me get out of here. I'm going to select a different team. I really didn't make any changes, so I'll hit no to that. All right, Yankees 81. And we're going to do, let's look at the batting. Oh, they actually have everybody here. Okay. Well, now we're just going to edit somebody just for giggles. Let's do Steve Balboni is fine. Okay. All right. So he's got 286 batting average and 7 at bats. And let's say, I don't know, for some reason I'm just going to click into Steve Balboni on Baseball Reference here. Let's say that we figured out that this was that this line was incorrect. We wanted his 1982 stats or something, right? All right, so he's got, let's just got to move some windows around here. There we go. Here, okay, so Balboni, right? So we can plug in. I want to go to edit player stats. Sorry, in the wrong screen there. New York AL. Okay, here we go. And Balboni, sure. Okay. And apologies, I'm just getting Baseball Reference lined up in the background here so I can see what I'm entering. All right, so let's just plug in 1982, and that was his age, I don't know, 25, there it is, age 25, season, experience 2. I don't know that it really matters. I think that field is just there for informational purposes. So bats right, throws right, first base DH, all good. I'm going to say his speed is probably not an 8. We're going to drop that. All right. Oh, versus lefties versus righties. Okay, I got to go to his split stats page. So on Baseball Reference, you go to splits, and then you select the year, 1982. And his platoon splits are here, so let me get back into this screen. Okay, versus left versus right. So he's got 50. And 11. 111. Strikeouts and walks. My other screen is hiding that, so let me bring that up. There we go. Versus lefties, 5 walks, 17 K. 17 Ks, 5 walks. Of course, it's flipped here, so you got to keep your eye out for that. Versus righties, 57, 9. Doubles and triples, 1, 0, 1. Strikeouts is 17 again, 1 walk. Alright, so that's your standard batting info. Again, you can mess with the ratings here. I don't think he's got a 12 power. We'll give him an 8 maybe. See advanced, you can click into here. Alright, I'm not going to mess with, but again, you would want to do games. Actually, we can do some of these. Bear with me here. Let me get up to season totals. There we go. So he did play 33 games. He scored, how many runs? Hold on. 8 runs. Okay, 8 runs, 4 ribbies, 1 sac fly, no sac bunts, no intentional walks, no hit by pitch, no steals, no caught. I'm not dealing with ground ball, fly ball percentage, but you can if you want to. Pinch hit stuff, I'm going to leave that blank. Double plays, he hit into 1 double play. So that's neat. You can specify whether he's available in certain months. You can do his ratings for day, night, home, away, grass, turf, so on and so forth. I'm going to leave them blank. All right. And the only other thing we would want to do for Balboni is his fielding. And we're going to do, I've got to go back to his main page on Baseball Reference, scroll down to fielding, look up 1982. And he played 26 games at first. And he had, it would be helpful if I line the screen up a little bit better here. Alright, so a little more. There we go. Position 1. 194, 13, and 2. And 23 double plays. And that's going to be it for Mr. Balboni. Okay, you can mess with his arm and his range if you want, so we'll hit done. Alright, so, and then, I don't know, let's look up, there, Rich Gossage. Alright, so, for the goose, you know what, I forgot about this. You can right click on the player photos here. Now you can't pick a specific one, like just if you knew that, you know, let's say Gossage was portrait number 207 or something. I don't think you can just enter it anywhere. So you got to scroll through. These are alphabetical. I doubt that there's one since he wasn't licensed, but I don't know that for a fact. I don't know if we want to scroll all the way to the G's here, if I can recognize all these guys. But anyway, if he did have a photo here, you could enter it. I think I'm just going to leave the generic profile picture there. But again, let's say we wanted, hang on a second, let's bring him up on BREF. Gossage, and let's say we wanted his 1980 stats for some reason. Let's say we were making like a Yankees 80s greats team or something, right? So, and maybe we want it to say Goose instead of Rich. And I don't think this matters, but you could put the uniform number there. Oh, there's the portrait number. I knew that. I thought there was a way to do that. Anyway, if you know the portrait number, I don't know. Let's type in 222. Let's type in 300. All right, so now we can go backwards and forwards here. Look through these. All right, so we know that he's J for Jeffries, right? There's Johnson, Randy Johnson, Jordan. So I think I'm going in the wrong direction here. But at any rate, so there is a way to pick the portrait there. Let me get it back to the generic guy. There we go. Right, because I don't think there's and that one's 349. Is this here? Now let's just leave that where it is. Doesn't matter. Experience, again, you can type in number of years in the big leagues here. So 19, what did we say, 1980, he was 28. Bats right, throws right. His earned runs. Well, let me get this screen oriented a little bit better here. I've got DOSBox sitting in front of Baseball Reference, so that looks like a 25 earned run in 99 innings. All right, his endurance, we'll give him a 2 because he pitched 64 games. So let's say he's got a 2 endurance. All right, so by putting in the earned runs in the innings pitch, it calculated his ERA for me, which is cool. I'm not messing with the pitches. You can change that around. Batters faced. I gotta go to splits for this stuff here. Let's go to the splits page. All right, platoon splits. Let's see. And that's interesting. We don't have a batter's face there. That's inconvenient. All right, let's see if I can get all this info here that I need. I don't know his total batters faced. Hits allowed. I've got versus lefties. I've got 42 hits allowed. I've got 188 plate appearances, so let's start there. See how our numbers shape up here. 5, 2, 4. Walks and strikeouts are correct here. So 1949. And then let's let's plug these in. And actually, I was wrong there. This was 230. Didn't want to do that there. That's wrong. This one was 213. This one was 188. 32. 7, 2, 1, 18, 54. So now I got to go up to these batting totals and see if they match up with what Baseball Reference has. And just running out of real estate on my screen here, so let me slide this over a little bit further. And yeah, he should have a 222 versus righties. What do we have now? 216. I said it should be 222. And this should be versus righties, should be a 198. So 188. Okay, I've got a 198 now. That's correct. I've got a 218. No, I want to do. There we go, 222. Okay, that looks about right to me. It's slightly off, but we're going to go with it. We got to get his fielding numbers, so we got to go back to his main page here and scroll on down to the fielding line for 1980, which is 1 put out, 10 assists, and 2 errors. Okay. I'm going to come back to this in a second. Let me just get those 1, 10, and 2. All right. And let's go back to this. Go to advanced. His appearances, I gotta go up to the top here. Standard pitching. 1980, he had 64 games. Okay. 64 games, he was 6-2. He had 33 saves, leading the league. Runs allowed is not 4. It's 29. Okay. Again, not messing with this other stuff, but I can do wild pitches and hit batters, which is 1 wild pitch, 4 wild pitches and 1 hit batter. Okay. 1 and 1 hit, 4 wild. We're not messing with his availability. His velocity is a 12. That is all looking good there. Not doing his situational numbers, so anyway, so we're done there. Alright, so I'm not going to do it, but we could continue on changing, editing this team. And now you can see we now have Goose Gossage instead of Rich Gossage. Again, this is all things that you can tweak if you want. So that's basically how to edit a player there. Okay, so I just paused the video briefly just to check a couple things out and did a little more investigating. So it does appear that there's no way to create a player from scratch that I can find. It looks like you have to edit existing players. Not a big deal, but uh, it's a little bit, uh, I don't know. I would like a way to just, create a new player on a team, but it looks like you have to edit existing players. Maybe I'm maybe I'm missing something. I haven't been fully invested in playing Tony La Russa 3 in quite some time here, so maybe I'm missing a step. But at any rate, you are able to at least edit player stats, so it's not the end of the world. One thing I did find that's not in the manual, I think it might have been in addition to the 1996 version, because the original, the manual for Tony La Russa 3 only has the import stats from Tony La Russa 2 and Stats Incorporated. So this version has, let me go back into that screen here. This version has Old Time Baseball added here and also text file. Text file, I believe, is going to be the same format that you would use here, where it says export team or export a universe to a text file, right? So this generates a file in a CSV, comma separated value format. Now I would need to look at the exact all of the fields that get exported. I'm not familiar with some of the values that I saw when I briefly looked at these text files. So what could be done with some effort is that someone could create a script using R or Python or something like that, and basically generate seasons using either information that they acquired through the layman database or baseball reference or various other sources. If you could decode the fields that were required, you could basically generate a file, and then doing the reverse of this export here, you would do the import stats and import to a text file, or import a text file, and that would allow you to pull an entire new season from like the anything post 1995, I would say. Or the Seamhead's Negro Leagues database and so forth. You could get you could pull a lot of new teams into this. But at any rate, I just wanted to mention that there, as far as I can tell, and please somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll update the video here, or at least mention something in the comments or on my associated article for this. But it looks like it's necessary to edit player stats, that there's no way to just create a brand new player from scratch. If I'm wrong, please tell me. So, at any rate, enough of that. Just briefly, before we go in and play an exhibition game, if you're not familiar with La Russa 3, you can go into the player roster and move people around from the reserves onto your active roster. So let's say I wanted to get Tom Brunansky some at-bats here. Maybe I swap him in for Darryl Sconyers. All right, and let's see, on the pitching staff, I want let's say I want Angel Moreno in for Dave Frost, for example. All right, so I can do that. I've got my batting order. Actually, let's go to starting defense. All right, so, and you can see this is a league that was in progress, so they've already got days unavailable. So I could swap Brunansky into my lineup here if I wanted, and I'm not going to do it, but just for example, I could put him in left field, put Downing on the bench, and this is, let me put Downing back in, versus right-handers, so I could see versus lefties. You can see right now Fred Lynn is benched versus lefties, but Juan Benitez is hurt, so I could put Fred Lynn in versus lefties. All right, and then if I want to do pitching staff, here's my pitching staff. I wanted to do pitching rotation. All right, so here's my closer, my setup man, long relief. So let's say I don't think Jesse Jefferson is a setup man. He should be in long relief. And there, he's moved down there. All right, maybe I wanted Hassler as my closer, so forth. I could swap them around. I can move around my starters. And just real quick while we're here, manager profile. All right, I can kind of adjust if I want to. I can adjust these sliders for certain, how often I want to pinch hit, how often I want to sacrifice, squeeze or hit away, so forth. So you can get pretty granular with each of your managers here. I'm not going to mess with this, but just to show you that it's an option. And in games of note, you can say, well, I want to save all box scores for no hitters and one hitters. I want to save for this, this, and this, for example. All right. One other thing I wanted to mention is you can delete a player from a team. All right, so Bob Davis, we know, I think, has 2 at-bats for the 81 Angels here. Yeah, 2 at-bats. So what you do is you make sure that he's in the reserves for the team. Otherwise, he'll show up as Bob Empty if he's on the active roster. So what we want to do is just change his last name to Empty. All right, click Done. And now if we look at the Angels, Bob Davis should not be here, and he is not here. Now, if I realize that, oops, I actually want Bob Davis on the team, I go to Utilities, Add Player to Team, and he's still in the player universe here. So right now we don't see him over on the left side here. And we're going to choose him. We're going to drag and drop him over here. All right, now he's there. All right, so now if I go to player roster, it's going to say, do we want to save the team as it currently exists? We do, because now we have Bob Davis back. All right, and he's here again. So again, we can do a lot of stuff with manipulating the players. So while we can't create a brand new player from scratch, we would just edit. Let's say we didn't want Bob Davis here, we wanted a different guy. We would just go in Utilities, Edit Player, go to California, and we could, where is he? Down here probably, yep. All right, and then we would edit Bob Davis, give him a different first and last name, give him different stats, and you'd be good to go. So that's how that's done. All right, so we're good with that. Let's do an exhibition game just for fun here. We'll use our 81 Yankees and 81 Angels. So we'll play at Yankee Stadium, sure. And we're going to use Lon Simmons as our announcer because I used Mel Allen in the other in my old-time baseball draft tutorial video. So we'll set those guys up there. And let's do, I will control the Angels, manage only, designated hitter, play a night game at Yankee Stadium. This should all be good. Let's make sure that we have the right stadium. We don't. We have Boston right now. Where's New York AL? There we go. Okay, done. Done. And then we'll pick our lineups and pitchers here. Actually, we'll probably just keep these, and then we'll go ahead and play ball here. On second thought, let's see here. Hang on a second. Clicked into the wrong thing. I think I can change it here. Yeah, we're going to do, yeah, Righetti's fine. And Forsh is good. I'm going to allow the computer to manage this for a bit because I got to go walk the dog. So we're going to, in the meantime, we're going to hit play ball here, and I'll stop back. Hopefully the game is still going. So check back with you shortly.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Yankee Stadium in New York in this exhibition. The weather tonight is pleasant with 70% humidity. Well, let's settle down and enjoy a pitcher's duel because the wind is blowing in at 15 miles an hour. It's going to knock down anything these sluggers try to put out of the ballpark. I'm Lon Simmons, and I'm here to bring you all the action. Starting off the inning, the first baseman hitting .305. Coming up to bat, the shortstop hitting .293. Here's the pitch. Grounded, diving, stop by, throw to second. Out at second. A 5-4-3 double play. That's 2 down. That brings up the right fielder, batting .277. Strike 3. That ends the inning. That's the first strikeout he's recorded tonight. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Middle of the first. No score. Leading off the inning, the second baseman, batting .232. Hot grounder. Got him. There's the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat, the center fielder, hitting .307. Lined to short. Throw to second. That's a base hit for the center fielder. Up next, Dave Winfield, batting .294. The pitch. Called strike 3. That's 2 down. That's strikeout number 1 for the pitcher tonight. Up next, Reggie Jackson, batting .237. The runner goes. A slow grounder to first. He takes it to the bag himself. That ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. Going to the top of the second. No score. Starting off the inning, the DH, batting .239. Here's the pitch. Grounded to second. Got him. Up next, the second baseman, batting .304. A high chopper to third. Got him. 2 down. Next batter, the catcher, batting .249. The payoff pitch. Strike three. Struck him out. That ends the inning. That's the second strikeout he's chalked up tonight. 3 up, 3 down. That's 1.5 innings gone. It's 0-0. Starting off the inning, the DH, batting .238. Lined to short. Caught by 1 down. Next up, the third baseman, batting .244. Grounded to third. The throw to first. Got him. Coming up to bat, the first baseman hitting .235. Here's the pitch. Grounded to short. Diving stop by the throw to first. Got him. The side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. After 2, it's 0-0. Starting off the inning, the center fielder, batting .219. The payoff pitch. Strike three. Struck him out. 1 down. That's his third strikeout tonight. Now batting, Bobby Clark, batting .250. Loop. Fouled. Fouled. Grounded to short. It bounces through the infield. That's a base hit for Clark. Now batting, the third baseman, batting .256. Out at second. Coming up to bat, the first baseman hitting .305. The runner goes. He throws to second. He steals second. Safe. Here's the pitch. Wild pitch. A liner to short. Throw to the plate. He throws to second. That's a base hit for that drives in a run. It's 1-0. Coming up next, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. The runner goes. Strike three. Struck him out. That ends the inning. That's the 4th K the pitcher's earned tonight. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left. Middle of the third. It's 1-0. Leading off is the catcher, batting .244. Hot grounder. The throw to first. Got him. Coming up to bat, the shortstop, batting .238. Line drive to center. Caught by the center fielder. 2 outs now. Coming up to bat, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1 thus far tonight. That one's up the left field alley. And that one's going all the way to the wall. He pulls into second with a stand-up double. Coming up to bat, the center fielder. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Hot smash to left. Way back, way back, way back. Tell it goodbye. Two-run blast for the center fielder. It's 2-1. Coming up to bat, Dave Winfield. He's 0 for 1 to strikeout. He comes to the plate. Grounded The throw to first. Got him. That ends the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Going to the 4th, it's 2-1. Starting off the inning, the right fielder. He's 0 for 1 to strike out. Grounded, diving stop by the shortstop. The throw to first. Got him. 1 down. Coming up next, the DH. He's 0 for 1 thus far tonight. He delivers. Popped up to short. He makes the catch. That's 2 down. Now batting, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Strike 3. That ends the inning. That's the pitcher's 5th K tonight. 3 up, 3 down, 3.5 down. It's 2-1. Starting off the inning, Reggie Jackson. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Here's the pitch. A high chopper to short. The throw to first. Got him. That brings up the DH. He's 0 for 1 thus far tonight. He comes to the plate. A liner to short. The throw to first. Got him. Next up, the third baseman. He's 0 for 1 thus far tonight. Ball 4. Now batting, the first baseman. He's 0 for 1 thus far tonight. It gets by the catcher for a pass ball. The runner goes. Got him. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Top of the 5th, it's 2-1. Leading off is the catcher. He's 0 for 1 to strike out. A high chopper up the third base line. Base hit for... Up next, the center fielder. He's 0 for 1 to strike out. The runner goes. Grounded. It goes through the left side. That's a base hit for the center fielder. Up next, Bobby Clark. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Strike 3. That's 1 down. That's his 6th strikeout, and we've only played 5 innings. Next up, the third baseman. He's 0 for 1 with 1 run scored and with a stolen base. The runner goes. Strike 3. Struck him out. That's 2 down. That's the 7th strikeout he's recorded, and we've only played 5 innings. Got him. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. 4.5 in the books. It's 2-1. Leading off the inning, the first baseman. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Popped up, the catcher. Caught by the catcher. That's 1 down. Coming up next, the catcher. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. A liner to second. The throw to first. Got him. That brings up the shortstop. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. A high fly to right. He one-hands it for the out. That retires the side with a score. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 5 innings gone. It's 2-1. Leading off the inning, the first baseman. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and with a single. He delivers. Hot smash to right. It gets through the right side. Fielded by Jackson. That's a base hit for the first baseman. That brings up the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 to strikeout. A liner to short. Caught by the third baseman. 1 out. Not in time. Now batting the right fielder. He's 0 for 2 to strikeout. A liner to left. And that one's going all the way to the wall. Base hit for the right fielder. That brings up the DH. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight. A liner to second. He makes the catch. That's 2 down. Double play. That ends the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. We've played 5 1/2. It's 2-1. Hitting for the second baseman, a speed burner, hitting .222. Here's the pitch. A high fly to right. Caught by 1 out. He throws to second. Up next, the center fielder. He's had a good day at the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a single and with a homer. Strike 3. 2 outs now. That's 2 strikeouts for the pitcher tonight. Next batter, Dave Winfield. He's 0 for 2 to strikeout. A high chopper up the middle. The throw to first. Got him. The side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. Beginning of the 7th. It's 2-1. Leading off the inning, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2 to strikeout. Here's the pitch. Grounded to third. It goes through the left side. A single for... Up next, the catcher. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and with a single. The runner goes. Pitch out. Throw to second. He slides in under the tag. Ball 4. He walks him. That's his second walk. Hitting for the center fielder, the right-hander, batting .152. Grounded to second. Out at second. A 4-6-3 double play. Now batting, Bobby Clark. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and with a single. The payoff pitch. Hot grounder to second. It gets through the right side. That's a base hit for Clark. That drives in a run. It's tied at 2. That brings up the third baseman. He's 0 for 2 with 1 run scored and with a stolen base. The runner goes. Popped up. The catcher. Fouled. A high chopper to first. Out at second. That retires the side with a score. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. 6.5 innings gone. It's tied at 2. Starting off the inning, Reggie Jackson. He's 0 for 2 thus far tonight. Grounded to second. The throw to first. Got him. Next up, the DH. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight. Hot grounder to second. Got him. That's 2 down. That brings up the third baseman. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Loop to right. He throws to second. Base hit for... That brings up the first baseman. He's 0 for 2 thus far tonight. He comes to the stretch. Here's the pitch. A liner to short. Gobbled up by the shortstop. Got him. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. Top of the 8th. It's tied at 2. Leading off the inning, the first baseman. He's 2 for 2 with a walk and with 2 singles.
Okay, back in time for the 8th inning.
Strike 3. That's 1 down. That's the 8th strikeout for the starter tonight. Next up, the shortstop. He's 0 for 3 to strikeout. The pitch. A liner to short. Caught by 2 down.
All right, there's our Goose Gossage edit there.
Now batting, the right fielder. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout and with a single. Hot grounder up the middle. It bounces through the infield. Grabbed by... He beats it out. A single for... Now batting, the DH. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Way back, way back. And that one's going all the way to the wall. Throw to the plate. A single for the DH. And suddenly they have the winning run in scoring position. Next batter, the second baseman, hitting 2.
All right, so let's see if I can... All right, so right now it's computer. I can't make any changes. But if I go to main and then ground rules, let's see if it'll allow me to change California to manage only. It did. All right. And can I try to pinch hit here? Patek versus Rigetti. What are my options? My options aren't too great, are they? Although Rigetti is tired. these are much better than Freddie Patek, unfortunately, and it doesn't look like I've got a second baseman to replace him, so we're going to stick with Freddie here and hope he comes through.
Grounded. Got him. That ends the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. After 7.5 innings of play, it's tied at 2. Starting off the inning, the catcher. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight.
And it looks like Forsh is pitching well, but we'll get somebody up in the pen just in case. We are going to get Hassler and Sanchez up. All right, it says Forsh is good. Rick Cerrone, the batter.
Loop to right. Throw to second. He dives in safely. He pulls into second with a stand-up double. And suddenly they have the winning run in scoring position. Hitting for the shortstop, the left-hander, hitting .265. Grounded to short. Diving stop by. Got him.
Nice play. Oh, interesting. Dennis Worth pinch running. Okay.
That brings up the second baseman, batting .346. A liner to short. Got him. Next batter, the center fielder. He's had a good day at the plate. He's 2 for 3 with a single and with a homer. Here's the pitch. A liner to second. The throw to first. Got him. That ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. After 8 full, it's tied at 2. Leading off is the catcher, batting .233.
So I want to sit the 2 guys in the bullpen. Otherwise, they're going to become tired. Oh, I want to go. Where do I want to go? Here we go. Drop them in a blank spot. Otherwise, it's just going to swap people in. I wanted to mention that Lon Simmons also did the voice. It was uncredited, but he was the play-by-play for Sports Talk Baseball for the Sega Genesis. One of my favorite arcade-style or action-based console baseball games ever. And that was one of the first ones with the broadcaster play-by-play. Might have been the first, I can't recall now, but that one's a lot of fun. Check that one out if you haven't done so already. Alright, so I've got Forsh in. Alright, let's see here. Joe Ferguson batting. Righetti's still on the hill, I believe.
Hot grounder. The throw to first. Got him. That's 1 down. Next batter, the center fielder. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight.
Brunansky in center. Okay.
Fly ball to center. He makes the catch. 2 outs now. He throws to second. Up next, Bobby Clark. He's had a good day at the plate. He's 2 for 3 with 1 run batted in and with 2 singles.
All right, let's go, Bobby.
Grounded. Got him. And that's the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And we're going to the bottom of the 9th. It's tied at 2. Leading off the inning, Dave Winfield. He's 0 for 3 to strikeout.
Let's get somebody up in the pen here. I think I'll get the same guys up. Okay, but now they're cold again. So Forsh will pitch to Winfield here.
Hot grounder to second. It gets through the right side. A single for Winfield. Up next, Reggie Jackson. He's 0 for 3 tonight.
Gonna throw him a curve. 1-0 pitch.
A high chopper to second. The throw to first. Got him. And suddenly they have the winning run in scoring position. Next batter, the DH. He's 0 for 3 so far tonight. They're going to give him a free pass here. Coming up to bat, the 3rd baseman. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and with a single.
Hey, looks fine to me too, but got a pair of runners aboard and lefty-lefty matchup perhaps here, so no, that's not what I wanted. Let's fix that. There we go. All right, Hassler versus Nettles, lefty-lefty. One-0 pitch.
A high chopper to short. Out at second. The throw to first. Double play.
Sweet.
The side is retired. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. After 9 complete, it's tied at 2.
It's the Goose.
Leading off is the 3rd baseman. He's 0 for 3 with 1 run scored and with a stolen base.
Righetti's still on in the 10th here. Eesh.
He comes to the plate. Popped up to second. He makes the catch. That's 1 down. Next up, the 1st baseman. He's 2 for 3 with a walk and with 2 singles.
Let's go, Rod. Lefty-lefty matchup. 2-0 pitch from Righetti.
Loop to left. A single for the 1st baseman. Now batting the shortstop. This has been a tough night for him. He's 0 for 4 to strikeout.
Let's hit and run.
The
3-0
runner
pitch.
goes. Grounded. The throw to first.
Oh, infield hit.
And suddenly they have the winning run in scoring position.
And here he is. The Goose is on. The Goose
That brings
is
up
loose.
the right fielder. He's 2 for 4 with a strikeout and with 2 singles.
Just go Dan Ford in here. 2-2 pitch.
Strike 3. 2 outs now. That's the first strikeout he's recorded tonight. Next up, the DH. He's 1 for 4 with a single.
All right, let's go Groove. Don Baylor.
He comes to the stretch. Strike three. Struck him out. That ends the inning. That's 2 strikeouts for the pitcher tonight. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on. Middle of the 10th, it's tied at 2. Leading off the inning, the first baseman. He's 0 for 3 tonight.
Why did I edit Gossage? Great question. Dave Revering versus Andy Hassler here, lefty-lefty matchup.
He delivers. Grounded at first.
Fastball.
He takes it to the bag himself. 1 out. That brings up the catcher hitting .208. Grounded to short.
Nice.
Diving stop, but got him. 2 down.
Sweet
Next
play by
batter,
the Rooster.
shortstop, batting .313.
I forgot to take Luis Sanchez out of the bullpen, so well, it says he's ready. Let's bring him in. I don't want to overdo it with Hassler here. Okay. Here comes the sinker.
The center. He makes the catch. That's the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. That's 10 in the books. It's tied at 2. Starting off the inning, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight.
Oh, they took Gossage out. Okay. Not complaining. Nothing wrong with Andy McGaffigan, but
he comes to the plate.
No Goose Gossage.
A liner to third. He makes the catch. 1 down. Coming up to bat, the catcher. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Short hop, but hot grounder to third. Got him. 2 outs now. Next up, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight.
Let's go, Tommy. Launch one. 0-2 pitch.
Strike 3. Struck him out. That ends the inning. That's the first strikeout he's recorded tonight. 3 up, 3 down. After 10.5, it's tied at 2. Leading off the inning, the second baseman. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight.
Oh, Andy McGaffigan has a sore arm. He'll be out for 0 days, but guess what? He's got to bring in somebody now. Tom Underwood comes in, not having warmed up here. All right, so Underwood in the game.
A liner to third. Gobbled up by the shortstop. The throw to first.
Oh, throws it away. Unbelievable. What was that? And why did we not advance?
The center fielder. He's 2 for 4 with a single and with a homer. A high chopper to second. Out at second. The throw to first. Now batting, Dave Winfield. He's 1 for 4 with a strikeout and with a single.
Big Dave Winfield.
The runner
1-2
goes.
pitch.
Loop the center.
Oh.
That's a base hit for Winfield. And suddenly they have the winning run in scoring position. Now batting, Reggie Jackson.
Well, I've got nobody up in the bullpen, so I can't go to a lefty here. Don Ossie up. I mean, what would have been my options anyway? Bill Travers with his 8.38 ERA. I don't think I was going to him. Doug Rao, 8.71. Ouch. All right, I guess we're sticking with Luis Sanchez here. And we hit done on that. I did want to mention something here that I noticed. When you, I mentioned this in the Old Time Baseball draft video, when you import players from the Old Time CD, and I don't know if this is the case from that, the historical season CD that came out for La Russa 3, but all of the batters that are switch hitters get imported as right-handed batters for some reason. I forgot to change Mumphrey because I noticed he was batting righty versus a righty. It looks like I did fix Bobby Brown, so that was just a mistake on my part for not fixing Mumphrey there. But just something to note when, if and when you do any imports from, at least from the Old Time Baseball CD, that you have to adjust for that. And the other thing I mentioned on that video is that you will see the majority of outfielders come across as right fielders, so you probably need to fix their positions. Their primary may be incorrect, and their secondary is most likely incorrect as well. You need to adjust those. Just thought I'd mention that while I'm thinking of it here. All right. Let's see. Runners on first and second for Reggie. 3-0 pitch.
He comes to the stretch.
Oh, bases loaded. This is not good.
Coming up to bat, Bob Watson, hitting .212.
Let's go to our pitching coach. He looks fine to me, yeah, but he's got 3 runners on base. See if we can get Bob Watson to ground into a double play here, because otherwise the game's over. 1-0 pitch.
A high fly to right.
Shallow right.
That's out number 2. He throws home. Double play.
Out of there.
That's the third out. No
Nice.
runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners left on. Well into extra innings, it's tied at 2. Leading off the inning, Bobby Clark. He's 2 for 4 with 1 run batted in and with 2 singles.
All right, favorable matchup for Clark here. Let's see if we can get something going.
He comes to the plate. A liner to left. Caught, but 1 down. Coming up to bat, the third baseman. He's 0 for 4 with 1 run scored and with a stolen base.
Okay, he did steal a base, so we're going to leave Campy in here.
He comes to the plate. Grounded. Got him. 2 outs now.
Okay.
Coming up next, the first baseman. He's had a good day at the plate. He's 3 for 4 with a walk and with 3 singles.
Rodney Klein
The
Carew.
payoff pitch. Ball 4.
All right. Well, got to try to get him into scoring position here.
He's 0 for 5 to strikeout.
Stolen base attempt. We're going to give it a shot. And this is at the tail end of Carew's lengthy career here.
The runner goes.
2-2 pitch.
Grounded. He throws to second. Out at second. That retires the side with a score. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. Well into extra innings, it's tied at 2. Starting off the inning, the third baseman is 1 for 3 with a walk and with a single.
Again, forgot that Ossie was in here sitting in the bullpen, but luckily it says ready and not tired. Okay, so Don Ossie's in. He's going to throw a fastball here.
The pitch.
2-2 pitch.
Called strike 3. 1 down. That's the first strikeout he's recorded tonight. That brings up the first baseman. This has been a tough night for him. He's 0 for 4 tonight.
Dave Revering.
Fly ball to center. He makes the catch. That's out number 2. That brings up the catcher. He's 0 for 1 thus far tonight.
There's the changeup.
He comes to the plate. Way back, way back.
Oh.
He reels it in at the warning track. That ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Top of the 13th. It's tied at 2. Starting off the inning, the right fielder. He's 2 for 5 with 2 strikeouts and with 2 singles.
My heart skipped a beat there. I thought Barry Foote went deep off of me there to end it. All right, Dan Ford, let's hit for power. 3-0 pitch.
Grounded. It bounces through the infield.
Okay. Whoa.
That brings up the DH. He's 1 for 5 with a strikeout and with a single.
Let's go, Donnie.
Here's the pitch. Popped up to third. He makes the catch. That's 1 down. That brings up the second baseman. He's 0 for 2 so far tonight. A liner to third. Caught, but that's out number 2. Not in time. Next batter, the catcher. He's 0 for 2 thus far tonight.
Just cannot get the runner home here.
Grounded up the third base line. Out at second. The side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left. Well into extra innings, it's tied at 2. Leading off is the shortstop. He's 0 for 1 thus far tonight.
Milbourne. Here comes the heat from Ossie. Full count.
Ball 4. Next up, the second baseman. He's 0.
I don't think I have much more to go to in the bullpen here. Mailer and oh, Keeson. All right, Keeson's my long reliever apparently. Bruce Keeson. All right, here comes the curve to Aurelio Rodriguez. 0-1 pitch.
Grounded to second. Force out at second. The throw to first. A 4-6-3 double play. That brings up the center fielder. He's 2 for 5 with a single and with a homer.
It's like Monfrey provided all the offense for the Yanks today.
Popped up. Foul near the third base dugout.
Get there.
Fouled.
Ah. Two pitch.
Grounded to third. Got him. The side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Well into extra innings, it's tied at 2. Starting off the inning, the center fielder. He's 0 for 3 to strikeout.
Come on, Tommy. A little yard work here. Launch this thing.
A high fly down the left field line. Fouled.
Just missed it. Full count.
The payoff pitch. Ball 4. He walks him.
All
That's
right.
his second walk in only 2 innings of pitching.
Okay.
Up next, Bobby Clark. He's 2 for 5 with 1 run batted in and with 2 singles.
Let's go, Bobby. 2-2 pitch.
Strike 3. There's the first out of the inning. That's strikeout number 1 for the pitcher tonight. Next up, the third baseman. He's 0 for 5 with 1 run scored and with a stolen base. He delivers. Bunt to second.
Oh, nobody's there. Nobody's there.
Throw to second. Out at second.
Come on. Come on, go to replay.
Now batting, the first baseman. He's had a good day at the plate. He's 3 for 4 with 2 walks and with 3 singles.
Let's go,
The runner
Rod.
goes. He throws to second. Got him. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Well into extra innings, it's tied at 2.
Oh, man.
Starting off the inning, Dave Winfield. He's 2 for 5 with a strikeout and with 2 singles.
Big Dave Winfield.
That's his second walk in only 2 innings of pitching. Up next, Reggie Jackson. He's 0 for 4 with a walk.
All right. Do I go to the lefty? I do. Mickey Mailer. We got Keeson backing him up here. Although Reggie could end this with one swing. 2-0 pitch.
A liner to the right. It gets through the right side. Fielded by the right fielder. He throws to third. He's safe at third. That's a base hit for Jackson. And suddenly they have the winning run in scoring position. Coming up to bat, Bob Watson. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight.
We're going to go to Keeson here. And let's see. I want to go to positioning. And we're going to play in because there's nobody out. Infield in. This could be the ball game right here. Here comes a slider.
It's tied at 2. The pitch. A high fly down the left field line. Caught by Clark. 1 out.
Okay.
Coming up to bat, the third baseman. He's 1 for 4 with a walk and with a single. They're going to give him a free pass here. Now batting, the first baseman. He's 0 for 5 thus far tonight.
I think we are set up properly, but let's just double check our positioning. We are at double play depth. And let's do that. Okay. Revering with the bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the 14th, 3-0 pitch.
Way back, way back. He reels it in. 2 outs now. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on. That drives in a run. The score is 3-2, and the game is over. This is Lon Simmons saying so long, and see you tomorrow.
All right, well, an exciting contest there. We go 14 frames. As you can see there, the Yankees pull this one out 3-2. Let's view the box here. We've got Mumphrey with his homer and 2 ribbies. Let's see if we can scroll down a bit here. And I'm trying to remember now. There's so many of these games, they start to run together for me, but I believe the original Russa box score I wasn't overly fond of. It didn't have the indentation. It didn't have the way that I like to see the kind of the standard newspaper box format. So I'm glad they fixed it here. And I don't recall if La Russa 2 had the same off the top of my head. But anyway, there's your box score for the Yankees. Carew 3 hits. Ford, Bobby Clark knocked in a run. And a caught stealing by Downing. And then pitching wise, Forsch pitched well, 8 1/3. Hassler, Sanchez, that run got charged to Ossie there. So he took the loss. Underwood gets the win, 49,000 in attendance. And I forgot to bring up the Yankees pitching. Rigetti 9 1/3, 11 hits allowed, but 8 Ks, a couple of walks. Gossage 2/3, 2 Ks. McGaffigan and Underwood 3 scoreless, earning the victory. So there you have it. So hope you enjoyed the tutorial and the exhibition game here. Again, thanks for watching. Keep on playing ball, and we'll see you soon. Take care.